Oh, my mic was. Well, it's a good thing no one's watching this. My mic was just muted for that whole time. There we go. Perfect. Nope. We're aware. There's no good place to put this. How's everyone's Saturday? As if there's anyone actually in here. We'll give it like 5 minutes to see if anyone else hops on. The itinerary for this evening is we're going to try to finish the song we were working on last night. Off stream, I recorded some backing vocals because I felt like the song needed it. And so we'll do a little editing with those, maybe some mixing. And we'll print this, start the mastering. And then, if we have time, I might start working on something new. We shall see. And also need to get my hair cut. That's not pertinent to anything we're doing tonight, but I felt like saying it. Because I recently, like within a year or so, started cutting my hair short. And I like the way it looks, and it's pretty manageable, but I have to keep it short. Right now it's way too floppy. It's the great thing about having long hair is you don't have to constantly keep cutting it. Okay. Well, I say we get started, and we'll see from there. And don't pay no attention to my chairs. Fortunately, the green light wash kind of makes it hard to see. In some ways, this is the color lights are great. Light from the screen makes me look as in all nicely lit. I might try a different color at some point. For now, I like the green. Green's supposed to help with your creativity. That might be total hope. Fan art. Lean back enough, do I become green? Let's get down to brass tacks. Why does it come through? I know why it comes through Reaper. Because Reaper is set to default.
I regret everything, every decision that I made before you. But I cherish heartache and pain, was drenched every step leading to you. I can't promise the last of the moon or pull the stars into a new formation. But I promise everything I do it for you, cause you're my fascination. You're my fascination. Spend your life with me, gorgeous. I have been waiting for you my whole life. And even then you were an artifact buried in my heart. You've been unearthed and now I never want to part. I wouldn't mind being trapped in time if I were only tied to your gorgeous eyes. I wouldn't mind spending my lifetime making you the object of tireless surprise. Alright,
I was just checking my calibration. I have been mixing on headphones for probably a little over a year, maybe 2 years now. And I don't regret it. In fact, I think I'm actually getting better results than when I was mixing on monitors. That might also just be general progression. But it hasn't, I don't think it's made them worse. So if you're a newer person and you're kind of wondering like, oh, what kind of monitor should I get? What kind of headphones should I get? You don't have to go ham on your referencing monitors. I'm using the SonarWorks Sound ID, which is a great piece of software. You tell it what kind of headphones you're using, and then it calibrates your mix to try and make it sound as flat as possible. And I think I've been getting some really good results, because flat EQ sounds awful. And if you can make a flat EQ sound good, then you're probably on your way. It's like how everyone used to mix on NS10s, because NX10s sounded terrible. And if you could make it sound good on NS10s, then it sounds good on everything. And this piece of software is like $100, and then you can get yourself a nice pair of headphones. These are the Bear Dynamic DT990s. I think they're like $180. So I might have gotten a good deal of them, and they were like $120. But before I was mixing on these, $60 pair of Status Audios. So that's like, you're looking at anywhere, depending on how much you want to spend on headphones, you have $150 to 300-ish, and you've got a mix set up, and then you don't have to worry about making noise. Part of why I went to this is just I didn't want to be making a lot of... I went to this because I was living in a one-bedroom apartment with my wife and my newborn child, and I did not want to make a lot of noise and disturb them. So this was a better solution, and I was crammed in a coat closet, basically. Literally a coat closet. So I didn't have a lot of room for monitors. Before I started using this system, I was using JBL LSR 305s. In my opinion, the best, starter. I won't even say starter. I just think they're a good mixing monitor. The LSR 305s, if you actually look at their frequency response, are very flat. and which is what you want in a reference monitor. There was actually a period where I got to borrow a friend's focals, and I was mixing on these focals, and I found that a lot of my mixes sounded terrible on these focals, and then I went back to the JBLs and I was like, these I actually sound better. The mixes I produce on these JBLs sound better. It's, if you watch like the big mixing guys, the mixing tutorial guys on YouTube, they will all tell you that you don't need fancy monitors, you just need monitors. The key is being familiar with the monitors you're mixing on. And I would definitely say from my experience that is true, because I was producing way better results on those JBLs than I was on those focals. So, if you're like trying to get into this and you're like, oh, what should I mix on? What should I get? Whatever you can afford, dude. The SonarWorks thing also works with actual speaker monitors. You can get like a test mic, and like it'll test your room and it will calibrate your speakers in your room and fix like sonic issues. Because rooms can be kind of weird. At some point, now in a pretty permanent space, I'm going to try and sound treat this room a little bit, which is mostly just going to be some panels on that back wall, and then maybe in the corners over here. I have stuff in this corner that you can't see, so I don't know how much that's going to be necessary. But we're going to see. It'll look interesting. Okay. Then, enough of that. Let's start working on these vocals.
Spend your life with me, gorgeous. I have been waiting for you my whole life, and even then you were.
Going to get rid of my mixing panel, because I don't really need it for editing. Yay, more editing. I don't know why I do this to y'all. I'm really sorry. Maybe it's because I actually really kind of enjoy editing. I really need to put out an ad and be like, hey y'all, do you need your tracks mixed, or do you need your tracks edited? I'll do it. It's soothing. I find I do tend to like, probably more than the average person, just simple repetitive tasks.
You've been unearthed and now I never want. Now I never want.
So this is also a good lesson for y'all. Edit your tracks. Edit your tracks, y'all. Save the planet. Edit your tracks.
Never want.
I got a little too far with that. Let's look at
one, 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 one.
Ver. That one clipped. Interesting.
Want to want, ever want, ever want, ever want, ever want, ever want to.
Okay.
Ever want, one, two. Never want, never, never want to.
Stretch this part. No, this is not going to be fun. I don't like stretching audio. How can
Never want to.
Oh, that's interesting. We're not going to do spec. I've never encountered that before. Reaper is a fun DAW because you will find yourself going pretty deep.
Ever want to, ever want to.
This is not what we're playing. That was new. That's never happened before. That was. I apologize. Really, I should just re-record these parts. That would be the easy thing. Oh, I think I see what happened.
Ever want to.
That part is where it needs. Unfortunately. That's probably not ideal. Let's back up a bit.
One, two. One, two. One, two. One, two. One. One, two. 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 Pop.
Okay. Got that one.
One, two, one, two, one, two.
Nope. Nope. Can't do that. Nope. Nope. Sometimes that works. It's not going to work this time.
One, two.
Why is this not soloed?
One, two, pop.
Why is this? Insert selected items. Force bounds. I want to delete this one.
One, two, pop. One, two.
Okay.
One, two, pop. Two, pop, two, pop, two, pop, two, pop.
See if we can. Yep.
Two, pop. One, 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 two, pop. One,
That's good. Now we have to do the other one.
You've been unearthed and now I never want to part.
Put a little fade at the end of that. I guess it doesn't matter because I get automation going on. But just for the sake of sake.
Spend your life with me, gorgeous. I have been waiting for you my whole life. And even then, you were an artifact buried in my heart. You've been unearthed, and now I never want to part.
Okay, so
in my heart, you've been unearthed, and now I never want to part.
this is the part that is tricky.
Never want to.
I could have just not added backing vocals. Was that too much to ask? Did you need it?
Want to. Want to. Part.
Might have to fix that. I just have to figure out which one it's coming from. It's coming from Nick. Boy. Boy. It's getting close to my bedtime. There we go. Oh, and there, put one there, and there we go.
Never want to part.
We might do some vocal tuning. We might not. Because they sound pretty close.
Spend your life with me, gorgeous. I have been waiting for you my whole life. And even then, you were not a fact buried in my heart. You've been unearthed, and now I never want to part. You've been unearthed, and now I never want to part. To part, want to part, want to part, want to part.
I have a DS too.
One, two, part. One, two, one, two, one, two, part. One, two, part. One, two, part.
This right here is a fantastic de-esser from Lindell Audio, which is just Plugin Alliance. I forget how they're related, but they are related. It's based off of a I think it's a DBX 902. It's a very popular like analog de-esser module, but this is a plugin version of it, and it sounds great. I think I heard about it from there was a URM with what's his face, Tom Lord Algae.
One, two, part. Spend your life with me, gorgeous. I have been waiting for you my whole life. And even then, you were not a fact buried in my heart. You've been unearthed, and now I never want to part.
I'm just going to get rid of this track because it doesn't really serve a function anymore. I was doing a thing where I was busing the main audio track to other tracks.
Spend your life with me, gorgeous. I have been waiting for you my whole life. And even then, you were not a fact buried in my heart. You've been unearthed, and now I never want to part. I wouldn't mind being trapped in time if I broke inside your gorgeous eyes. I would not spend my lifetime making you the object of silent surprise. Silent surprise.
I think we might do some automation on the reverb bus. Choruses. Get to that in a minute. One of my monitors cut out for a minute. Oh boy. Quit it. Okay. Now, back to the thing we were doing.
Surprise. Spend your life with
Okay,
me.
so it's just gonna buying a $20 monitor off Facebook Marketplace, but hey. I will power cycle you.
Spend your life with me, gorgeous. I have been waiting. Spend your life. Spend your life with me, gorgeous. I have been waiting for you my whole. Spend your life with me, gorgeous. I have been waiting for you my whole life. And even then, you were not a.
Let's see. Pull that closer.
And even then, you were an artifact buried. An artifact buried.
Up close. There that is. Okay.
An artifact buried in.
I'm accidentally making a selection.
Buried in my heart. Buried in my heart. In my heart.
Okay, so we have a breath here.
In my heart.
We can deal with this breath in two ways. We can just cut the thing out, or we can use a plug-in. I think in this case, we're just gonna cut it.
Buried in my heart.
If you're wondering why the bass, because when we recorded this, we just recorded him playing and singing at the same time. He did a pretty good job. I don't know if I'm going to do this process again, though, for acoustic stuff going forward, because it definitely raises some challenges when editing.
Buried in my heart. Buried in my heart.
A perfect little tambourine hit. It opens that up really nice for that too.
in my heart.
Not getting super detailed with this. Let's go. Looks about right.
In my heart, in my heart, you've been in my heart, you've been unearthed.
Another breath. Nick, how dare you breathe? How dare you? Well, if we're gonna keep having this issue, then maybe it's time to bust out the other possible solution, which is waves. A very specific tool for this. And it is called the breath.
You've been unearthed
and it is basically like a gate, but specifically for breathing.
In my heart, you've been in my heart.
It is frickin' space magic.
In my heart, you've been in my heart. You've been unearthed and now
I don't know how it is able to tell what is breathing. I guess it's cued in particular frequencies, but works great.
in my heart, you've been unearthed. In my heart. Buried in my heart.
Oh, it's not coming out.
In my heart, you've buried in my heart. In my heart, you've buried in my heart. You've been unearthed. In my heart, you've been in my heart. You've been unearthed, and now I never want to part. Now I never want. Now I never want to. You've been unearthed, and now I never want to part. You've been unearthed, and now I never want to. And now I never. And now I never.
This one is going too long. Oh.
And now I never. And now I never. And now I never want. You've been unearthed, and now I never want. Now I never want to.
See if we can just get away with ending that. Oh, nope. Peeking out there.
I never want.
It is weird that now, whenever I stop playback, the main vocal takes a while to shut off compared to everything else, which I don't know why adding that plugin did
I
that.
never want to.
never, 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 never. I did this. I just sung those. Ooh. Those never steal.
I never want to part.
Those cuts. Oh no. Time to do some stretching again. Ooh, big stretch. About right. I don't want to cut the master track. I just. Oh, that's my daughter. She's crying. Hopefully she goes back to sleep. If she doesn't, we might just call the stream. Oh, my wife is getting up.
Spend your life with me, go surprise. Spend your life with me, gorgeous. I have been waiting for you my whole life. And even then you were an artifact buried in my heart. You've been unearthed and now I never want to part.
Now we just dance.
If our lives were bound to tape, I'd lament when the head spun us to the end. I'd only pray hands would take us out and turn up.
Those horns are not right.
If our lives were bound to If our lives were bound If our lives were bound to tape, I'd lament when the head spun us to the end. If our lives were bound If our lives were bound to If our lives were bound to tape, I'd lament when the head spun us to the If our lives were bound to tape, I'd lament when the head spun us to the end. I'd only pray hands would take.
Nope, that's still not right.
If our lives were bound. If our lives were bound to tape, I'd lament when the head spun. If our lives were bound to tape, I'd lament when the head spun us to the end. I'd only pray hands would take us out and turn us around and start it all again. If our lives were bound to tape, I'd lament when the head spun us to the end. I'd only pray hands would take us out and turn us around. Hands would take us.
All right, guys, we're gonna have to call it anyway. See you next time.